Did you see that? I mean, Trump only nearly lost his re-election despite losing the popular vote by 3 million voters. I mean, is it crazy that we had to choose our president with the Electoral College? I mean, is it really that crazy? Yes, it is. Is it really? Yes, it is. Is it really? Yes, it is. I mean, is it really? Yes, it is. I mean, wait. I should probably explain to my international viewers what the Electoral College is. Wait, who are you talking to, and what international viewers? I mean, you know I'm not real, right? Have you been taking your pills? Give me a second. What's happening to me? You bastard! You stole this good idea from Lecture Boob anyway! Anyway, the Electoral College was set up in the U.S. Constitution in Article 2, Section 1, Clause 2, and was modified by the 12th and 23rd Amendments. Now, today, 538 electoral votes are split among the 50 states by population. I'll get back to the electoral votes part later. These electoral votes are split by taking the number of state senators inside the Senate, or the upper chamber, and then taking the number of representatives in the House of Representatives, or the lower chamber. Since Washington, D.C. does not have any representative in either chamber, since it's not a state, they get 3 electoral votes. Remember how I called them electoral votes? Well, I call them that for a reason. Each state sends a number of electors equal to the amount of allocated electoral votes that are given to them. These electors can be chosen anyway, but they're normally given to the party with the popular vote in the state. These electors can be anyone, in fact. You can apply yourself. Anyway, once election disputes are resolved by the 8th of December, the 23rd of the same month, these electors meet to cast their ballots. And finally, on the 6th of January, Congress holds a joint session to count all 538 ballots, where 2 weeks later, the president-elect would become the President of the United States. Oh, great explanation, but you forgot all the important parts. What are you doing here again? Well, I'm here because you forgot to explain all the parts that matter. And also your pills are wearing off. Oh. Anyway, even though that bozo over there was somewhat right, hey! He left out a bunch of details. Like what? Well, for starters, you forgot to mention how a candidate can win the presidency without winning the popular vote. I mean, look, let me explain. Since the Electoral College is based on winning states rather than winning over the public, it allows candidates to focus on picking up electoral votes rather than picking up the people's votes. In doing that, candidates can just aim to win the states with the most electoral votes without giving the rest of the country a second thought, and still win. I mean, look what happened in 2016, where Trump dominated the Electoral College, but lost the popular vote by just about 3 million votes. I mean, although that's true, do you know how many US elections there have been? I mean, no, I don't even see why this is relevant. I mean, do you? I asked a question. Well, I don't know, but, well then, I'll tell you. There's been 58 total elections, or 59 if you count the most recent one, and I can count the number of times where the popular vote was not won by the person who won the Electoral College. 5 times. Or 4 times if you don't count in 1824, where none of the candidates won the majority of the Electoral College, so the House of Representatives decided the election. Objection, Your Honor. This man is stupid, and I do not like what he's saying. Sustained.
Could you repeat that for the record, please?
Wait, what are you doing here? And why are you white?
You really need to take your pills.
Anyway, there's been 59 presidential elections since 1789, and there's only been 4 times in US history where a candidate won the Electoral College but flat out lost the popular vote. So this means that the system is reliable enough for when it works, none of us care, but when it doesn't, that's when problems arise. But the point I'm trying to make is that the Electoral College works too well, too much of the time for states to justify ratifying an amendment to change it. Now we're getting to the important bits. See, in order to change the way that we elect a president, we need to change the Constitution. And if you remember correctly, I said the Electoral College was set up in the U.S. Constitution in Article 2, Section 1, Clause 2, and was modified by the 12th and 23rd Amendment. So that means in order to change the Electoral College, we need to go through the notorious process of getting an amendment passed, which has been already tried and failed by previous amendments. Not to mention the process of getting a 2/3 majority in the upper and lower houses, amendment also needs 3/4 of states to ratify it. This often plagues so many proposed amendments to fix this problem with the Electoral College. So, this brings me to my point, which is, well, what you're about to say is probably stupid anyway. I mean, who even watches your channel anyway? Maybe if I ignore him, he'll go away.
No, I won't.
Some people say the Electoral College was made so that way one school of political thought would not dominate the political scene. Well, at least the presidential political scene. I could go on about what the Founding Fathers could have intended when creating the Electoral College, but that isn't, I'm not sure that really... Well, yeah, but you forgot to mention faceless electors. I mean, isn't it crazy that a person... Wait, let me explain to my international audience what a faceless elector is. No, it's my turn. So, remember how this bozo said, these electors can be anyone in fact. You can apply yourself. Well, it must be remembered that these individuals are basically entrusted with voting the same way that the people did. But in some states, they don't even have to do that. These are called faithless electors. They range from not voting at all to voting for a completely different candidate. Sometimes they don't even vote for the candidate that's running. Sometimes they don't. Okay, that's enough out of you. For starters, most states have some kind of law to deter faceless electors, ranging from a law that just says don't do it to you'll get a penalty and you'll be replaced, or your vote will be straight up cancelled. In fact, it has never occurred once in US history where a faceless elector changed the outcome of the election. I mean, does it even bother you that a faceless elector could change the output of an entire election? No, not really. Because these electoral voters are most likely going to vote inside of their party, and very rarely vote outside of their party. And since these electoral votes are given to the party with the most votes inside that state, I really doubt they're going to vote outside their party. I mean, it probably won't even matter in the future anyway, because a lot of states are beginning to join the National Popular Vote Interstate Compact anyway. Wait, what's the National Popular Vote Interstate Compact? Well, I'll be glad to tell you what the National Popular Vote Interstate Compact is. See, the National Popular Vote Interstate Compact is when, wait, this video's been long enough. Go watch this great video by CPG Gray that talks about it. But in short, it basically means that all the states inside the compact will take their electoral votes and give them to the candidate with the popular vote, thus eliminating the need for an amendment. Wait, so why did you say that in the beginning instead of going through this pointless conversation? Well, I'm trying to say that the Electoral College really isn't that complicated, since it normally reflects the opinions of the people anyway. Also, its success rate doesn't justify changing it to a lot of people. Also, our script writer can't write a script or plan one out to save his life. Hey, I'm trying my best. Do you know how hard this is? Thank you so much for watching and making it to the end of the video. It takes a little bit longer for me to make a video like this one, so leave a like or subscribe if you liked the video. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. On to the bloopers, and may God protect the troops. You really need to take... Like, you know that the scene from, like, Spy Kids 3? Where, like, you know, the guy is, like...